Can you believe this? With just a simple wooden pencil, I can turn it into a real working DIY antenna. It sounds unbelievable, but it's true. Let's get started. Here I also have a signal splitter. Its job is pretty straightforward. It receives the signal from the antenna, then sends that signal through a coaxial cable to the device. In simple terms, it helps guide the signal the right way and keeps it stable. So at this point, my goal is pretty clear: to turn this wooden pencil into the signal receiving part of the antenna system. That said, before trying it yourself, you can jump ahead and check the final result at the end of the video. If you feel it actually works and makes sense for your situation, then come back, watch each step carefully, and decide for yourself whether it's worth doing. DIY is about learning and experimenting, not rushing to copy everything right away. If you've watched my previous DIY antenna projects, then coaxial cable should look very familiar. It's a key component in almost every DIY antenna build, because it carries the signal from the receiving element to the device, while also keeping that signal stable and reducing interference. As for this end of the cable, I'll attach a straight F connector, so it can connect directly to the signal splitter. As for this remaining end of the cable, the way I connect it will be slightly different from the previous one. The goal here is for this end to connect directly to the TV. For this end of the cable, I'll be adding two types of F connectors. One straight F connector and one 90-degree F connector. The reason is simple: it makes connecting to the TV much easier. especially in tight spaces where a straight connector isn't always practical. Alright, everything is finished now. So the big question is, how will it perform in the real test? Honestly, I'm curious myself. No more talking, let's get straight into the test. Before connecting this antenna device to the TV, I want to check it first and show you clearly so everything stays transparent. At the moment, the TV isn't connected to any antenna or signal source at all, and you can clearly see on the screen that it's in a complete no-signal state. I'm doing this step first so that later, once we connect the homemade device, we can easily compare the results and see the difference. This is really impressive. Just a few seconds after connecting it, the TV is already showing a broadcast channel. That's honestly a bit surprising, but to know whether the signal is truly stable, we'll wait a little longer and keep an eye on it. After waiting for a while, nothing unusual has happened at all, and the signal remains stable. So I decided to disconnect it and plug it back in again just to see how it behaves after reconnecting. It's true that after reconnecting there was a bit of interference at first, but it quickly settled down, and within a few seconds the signal became stable with the TV program displaying clearly. This shows that the homemade antenna actually works in real conditions, using very common parts in a fairly simple setup. If you found this experiment interesting, don't forget to follow the channel, and that's it for today's video.